Hi everybody, my name is Ava Monroe, and today this is your second video on how to relieve backache. Okay, we are going to do roll downs. We are going to do side to side. We're then going to do different versions of bridging, and we'll finish with a laid down version of side to side as well. Okay, but first of all, we will start with a little bit of breath work just to get us in the right place. I'd like you to close your eyes and let your arms hang by the sides of the body. Take a really slow, deep breath in and feel that you can fill up the whole of the body from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head with that breath. As you exhale, exhale slowly and be aware of the breath draining away. And as it does, allow your body to soften and relax. Then begin to breathe in and out through the nose unless it is uncomfortable. As you are breathing, place the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, slightly back from your front teeth. You'll hear a rasping noise as the breath passes over the tongue, and I'd like you to listen to that noise, as it will help to still your mind and your body. When you next inhale, inhale slowly and send that breath into the tummy as well as the lungs, and allow the torso to expand in all directions. And as you exhale, allow your torso to soften. And if at any time your mind just wanders off, please let the thoughts go and always come back to the sound and the feeling of your breath. When you are ready, please open your eyes, come back to the room, and we'll begin. Okay, let's begin with some roll downs, because they're just a beautiful movement, releasing the hamstrings, the back, and working the arms as well, if you want to bring the arm movement into it. I'm going to take my feet hip distance apart. But you might want to take the feet slightly wider, say shoulder distance, and turn the toes in. That's really, really good for releasing the sciatic band. Legs are relaxed, bottom muscles relaxed, but I'm using my core control on pelvic floor. And don't forget to refer to that little video if you need to know more about the pelvic floor. Weight into the feet, exhaling as I drape down towards the mat, head and arms heavy. When I'm ready, I'm breathing in and rolling up. And I like to sweep the arms out wide and bring the hands all the way up to the crown of the head. I exhale as I draw the hands down to the heart, and I continue on that exhale of breath as I drip down once more. Breathing in, rolling up, sweeping the arms up. Exhaling, arms down, dripping down. If you don't want to bring the arms into it, allow the arms to hang heavy. And as you breathe in, weight down in the feet, you'll feel the sacrums drop down and the spine will stack a vertebrae at a time, and eventually the collarbone widens and the head comes up. Exhaling, rolling down. Inhaling, rolling up. If you have very tight hamstrings, which is a big cause of lower backache, you can always have the knees slightly bent. Always do what feels right for you at that moment. You'll feel different every day. I'm going to make that one and the last one. Rolling back to centre, collarbone widening, and the head coming up. Beautiful. Okay, the next one we're doing is side to side. I am going to take my feet so that the heels are shoulder distance apart. The toes are then pointing out, so I've got a very nice base of support. And the arms are just by the sides of the body. So this is the easiest version. Legs are relaxed, bottom muscles relaxed, core control and pelvic floor. That stabilises everything and protects your spine. Arms by the sides of the body. I am exhaling and going over to one side. Arms are just heavy. Taking a couple of breaths and relaxing on every exhale. You may notice you sink slightly deeper into the pose. On the next inhale, I'm coming back to centre and exhaling the other way. Breathing in to centre. But you can bring the arms into this, which really encourages that side stretch. So I'm going to exhale and go over to the side. And then sweep the arm open over to the head and the ear. Couple of breaths, relaxing on the exhale. And breathing in to centre. Exhaling, arm up and over. Breathing in to centre. Please keep the feet totally flat on the mat. If you're noticing that the knees are bending, take the feet slightly wider apart. You've really got to accommodate the length of the spine and the length of the legs in the stretch. And breathe in to centre. do one more to each side. Breathing into centre. Exhale the other way. Breathe in to centre. I'm going to put in a standing rotation. This is a really, really nice and safe way to twist the spinal column. So I've still got this base of support, so the feet are still shoulder distance apart and the toes are pointing out. The legs are going to stay straight, don't lock the knees out, and the hips are going to stay square throughout the movement so you don't take the pelvis out of alignment. Arms out, no higher than the shoulders. And as you exhale, let the left arm just drop down. The right hand comes onto the left shoulder, and I'm looking over the left shoulder. And I'm just going to take a breath. And relax on the exhale. Breathing in, back to centre, and exhaling the other way. Right arm drops down, left hand to the right shoulder, and I'm looking over the right shoulder. And just breath, relaxing on the exhale, and breathing in, returning to centre. Make that one your last one. Now I'm going to come down onto the mat and we're going to do bridging. I'm going to show you a couple of versions of bridging and you choose the one that feels right for you. And as you get more flexible, there is a slightly harder version that will really get you going into doing the crep, or what some people call the wheel, but we'll leave that for when we've really strengthened our spines. Okay, so I'm going to lay down on my mat. Both knees are bent and the knees and feet are hip distance apart. Don't worry if the whole of the spine doesn't touch the floor. It was never meant to, so don't push the back into the mat. Just use a bit of core control. Arms by the sides of the body. Now, the heels of the feet can be anywhere from 1 inch to 4 inches away from the bottom. Okay. But don't clench the bottom muscles in this pose. You're not using them to force yourself up. You're going to use your feet. So I'm going to push down in the soles of the feet, which triggers my pelvis to leave the floor. As the pelvis comes up, I send some weight into the tops of my shoulders, and there is the bridge. As you can see, it's not a very high arch. That's a much more difficult pose and it's not suitable for everybody. In this one, you're on an angle from shoulders to hips, hips to knees. And it's safer on the majority of people's spines. The bottom muscles will clench slightly, but that's because of the movement in the body, not because you're doing that to force yourself up. You can hold your bridge. You might want to start 10 deep breaths and then come out of it. So to come out of it, exhale, soften the rib cage and see if you can come down a vertebrae at a time. So very, very slowly. And then the sacrum will come down onto the mat and the bottom will relax. And you would be able to do that 2 or 3 times. But some people don't like holding the bridge, so you can push down in the feet and send some weight into the shoulders. Maybe take a breath or 2, and then exhaling, coming down a vertebra at a time. Sacrum down, bottom relaxes, and then you can begin again. So every time you do bridging, just choose the way to bridge that suits you. If you've got a tight spine, I'll probably come in and out of the pose. And if you think, oh, I want to challenge myself a bit, hold it. All I do is listen to the sound of the breath. And then tuning into how my body feels as I move in and out of the pose. Are there any areas of tightness? So I try and get those areas to relax as I exhale. And if any thoughts pop into my mind, I let them go and come back to the movement and the breath. I'm just going to do one more of those. Beautiful. Love bridging. Okay, so the last one this morning we're going to do is side to side. This is a beautiful laid down spinal twist. It's nice to have lots of different options of things that you can do. So, lay down on your back. Knees bent. Knees and feet just very slightly touching each other, not pushing them towards each other. Then arms out, like aeroplane wings, no higher than the shoulders, but your palms can be up or down, or you can have the little finger side of the hand on the floor, like I do. I exhale and let the knees fall over to one side. It doesn't matter which side you do first. And I like to turn the head in the opposite direction, but you can keep looking to the ceiling. Then I breathe in and back to centre, and exhale over the other way. Now when your spine is tight, it might be quite difficult to get the knees touching the floor, so don't worry if they don't go that far. Exhale over the other way. Feet turn with the movement of the legs. And I'm just going to do one more to each side. I'm going to go straight into Shavasana, or what you might like to call relaxation. So I'm going to come back to being on my back, and I've got my knees bent at the moment, but I'm going to take my legs out long. If you want to keep the knees bent, please do. I'm going to take my hands to the sides of the body, and the palms are up. And just take some really slow, deep breaths, relaxing with the exhale. When I next exhale, I'm going to allow the whole of my right arm to relax. Feels heavier on the floor. And then the whole of my left arm relaxes. And next exhale, the whole of my right leg will let go of any tensions. And then the whole of my left leg. Checking the jaw is relaxed. I'm going to allow the back of my skull to get heavy against the mat. Then when I next exhale, the whole of my spine from top to bottom releases. When you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the room. Very slowly, wiggle your fingers and toes. Bend the knees. And then roll over to the side. Pretend come to sit in when you are ready. Thank you everybody. I hope you've really enjoyed this class. If you have, remember to click on like and also to subscribe to the channel. It's all absolutely free. Thank you once again.